Does your brain really have a biological clock? Dr. Ray Peat disagrees with this widely held belief. This renowned biologist suggests that the concept of a biological clock within our brains is a bit of a misconception. Instead, he proposes that our physiological states are more of a reflection of our relationship with the environment. Now, this might sound a bit out there, but let's delve a little deeper to understand what he means. Picture, if you will, a scenario in which you're deprived of sufficient light and heat. In such conditions, your body's energy stores, such as glycogen, start to deplete. And what does this depletion lead to? Hunger and stress reactions. This process, while it does have a cyclic nature, isn't dictated by some internal biological clock. Rather, it's your body's response to the environmental conditions it's experiencing. It's more of an environmental tick-tock, if you will. But what happens when the lights go out and the sun sets? Dr. Peat explains that our mitochondria, those tiny powerhouses within our cells, undergo significant changes during the night. They become less effective at producing energy. This drop in efficiency means our glycogen stores are rapidly depleted, leading to the mobilization of fats and an increase in adrenaline. Now, this cycle isn't just influenced by the absence of light. It's also regulated by various substances like cortisol, melatonin, and GABA. The interplay between these elements and our environment profoundly affects our physiological states, highlighting that our bodies aren't just running on an internal clock. So, it seems our bodies may not be as clockwork as we think, but more of a response to our surroundings. In essence, Dr. Peat's perspective challenges the simplistic view of a biological clock in our brains. Instead, he emphasizes the importance of environmental factors in regulating our physiological states and biological rhythms. It's a fascinating shift in perspective, don't you think? Even when you sleep, your body is busy, especially your mitochondria. You see, these tiny powerhouses in your cells undergo significant changes throughout the night. As you lay tucked up in bed, your mitochondria become less effective at producing energy. Why is this? It's because of the lack of light. Light, in fact, plays a crucial role in regenerating the cytochrome oxidase enzyme, which is absolutely essential for mitochondrial function. Picture this. As the sun sets and darkness envelops the world, your body's glycogen stores, the fuel for your cells, start to deplete rapidly. This happens due to the inefficiency of your mitochondria. It's like having a gas-guzzling car that eats up all the fuel in no time. But your body, ever the problem solver, doesn't just sit idle. It mobilizes fats and increases adrenaline to compensate for the dwindling glycogen. It's like switching to a backup generator when the main power source fails. This nightly cycle of glycogen depletion, fat mobilization, and adrenaline increase is like a well-choreographed dance. And it's not just random. It's influenced by various regulatory substances, including cortisol, melatonin, and GABA. These substances act like the conductor of an orchestra, making sure every player is in sync and on cue. Now, you might be wondering, why does all this matter? Well, understanding these nightly changes in our mitochondria can help us optimize our health and energy levels. It can guide us in designing lifestyle interventions, dietary choices, and perhaps even therapeutic strategies that work in harmony with our body's natural rhythms. So the next time you hit the sack, remember this: your body, especially your mitochondria, is not merely resting. It's actively responding to the absence of light, managing energy sources, and preparing for the new day ahead. The night isn't just for rest, it's a time of significant metabolic activity. It isn't just about the light and dark. Other environmental factors play a significant role in our physiology. As we delve deeper into the world of physiological states and biological rhythms, we uncover the influence of elements that transcend the mere cycle of day and night. Temperature and radiation, for instance, have profound impacts on our bodies and their natural rhythms. Consider the groundbreaking experiments conducted by Frank A. Brown and Alexandra Rothen. Their meticulous research demonstrated that diurnal cycles, the rhythms that correlate to a 24-hour day, are not solely dependent on light cues. This revelation is a game changer in our understanding of how our bodies function. Let's take temperature as an example. As the mercury drops during the winter months, our bodies react, not just to the lack of light, but also to the chill in the air. This triggers a series of physiological responses, including alterations in our metabolism and an increase in our body's production of certain hormones. Similarly, radiation, often overlooked, plays a part in our body's internal workings. Solar radiation, for instance, has been linked to variations in our immune system's functionality, blood pressure, and even our mood. These factors, along with others like humidity and air pressure, work in tandem with the light-dark cycle, creating a complex symphony of physiological responses. They influence the way our bodies store energy, how we metabolize food, and even how we sleep. It's a fascinating concept. Our bodies are not just reacting to the rising and setting sun, but to a multitude of environmental factors. They are, in essence, a reflection of the world around us, dynamically adapting to the ever-changing environmental conditions. So the next time you find yourself feeling out of sync, consider the myriad of environmental elements at play. It's not just about the light and dark, but a whole host of factors that affect our bodies and their rhythms. Our bodies are in tune with more than just the rising and setting sun. Serotonin, often associated with happiness, is also a mediator of inflammation and stress. This chemical messenger, mainly found in our brain, bowels, and blood platelets, plays a significant role in our body's various functions. Firstly, let's delve into serotonin's role in metabolism. Serotonin helps regulate our appetite and metabolic rate. When serotonin levels are elevated, our bodies may crave carbohydrates, leading to an increased metabolic rate. Conversely, low serotonin levels can decrease our metabolic rate, causing us to feel sluggish and tired. Serotonin also plays a crucial role in regulating blood pressure. It acts as a vasoconstrictor, narrowing blood vessels and increasing blood pressure. This is particularly important during times of stress, when the body needs to deliver more oxygen and nutrients to vital organs. Now let's discuss serotonin's function in blood clotting. When we experience a wound, serotonin stored in our blood platelets is released into our bloodstream. This prompts the narrowing of blood vessels to slow blood flow and the aggregation of platelets to form a clot, helping to stop bleeding. But serotonin's role doesn't stop at our physical health. It's also deeply involved in our mood and mental function. Higher levels of serotonin are often associated with a boost in mood and a decrease in anxiety. However, it's not as clear-cut as it might seem. Increased serotonin levels have been found in conditions like autism, attention deficit disorder, and various forms of depression. This suggests that while serotonin plays a role in our mental health, it's not a simple case of more is better. In fact, serotonin's role in depression is a complex one. While low levels of serotonin can lead to depression, some research suggests that high levels of serotonin may also contribute to the condition. This can occur when the brain becomes oversaturated with serotonin, leading to a decrease in the production and effectiveness of serotonin receptors. Serotonin, not just a feel-good chemical, but a key player in our body's response to stress and inflammation. So the next time you're feeling stressed or inflamed, remember, it's not just about feeling good. It's about maintaining a balance in your body's complex systems. So, what does all this mean for us? It's a crucial question, isn't it? Let's take a moment to pull together the threads of Dr. Ray Peat's perspective. Dr. Peat challenges the traditional notion of a biological clock ticking away in our brains. Instead, he proposes that our physiological states are not rigidly timed, but are profoundly influenced by our relationship with the environment. This includes not just light and heat, but also other factors such as temperature and radiation. During the night, our bodies undergo significant changes. Our mitochondria become less efficient at producing energy, leading to a depletion of glycogen stores. This triggers a series of reactions, including the mobilization of fats and an increase in adrenaline. It's a cycle, yes, but not a clock. It's a response, a dance with the environment. Furthermore, light doesn't just inform us about the time of day. It plays a crucial role in regenerating the cytochrome oxidase enzyme, vital for mitochondrial function. And it's not just about light and dark. Even the seasons play a role. Winter conditions, for example, can increase serotonin levels and intraocular pressure, which can be mitigated by certain drugs. Speaking of serotonin, it's more than just a mood regulator. Yes, it's involved in mental function and conditions like depression and autism, but it's also a mediator of inflammation and stress, affecting metabolism, blood pressure, and clotting. It's a complex molecule with diverse roles, not just a sedative euphoriant. By challenging the simplistic notion of a biological clock, Dr. Peat invites us to look beyond rigid cycles and consider the myriad environmental factors that influence our bodies. This perspective can help us better understand and manage our health and well-being. Understanding the true nature of our body's rhythms can help us live healthier, more balanced lives. If you found this information beneficial and want to dive deeper into the mysteries of our health, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel to uncover more insights into your health and well-being.